Hey, Jaguars! Welcome to a special, epic episode of Ralph's Universe, the Reboot.
A special episode? This is a special episode of the Reboot. Why is it special?
Why do you think it's special, Naruto?
The year 2015 is about to end. Do you think you can figure it out?
This is our holiday special. The very last episode of the Reboot of the year 2015.
Very good, preteen. You actually got it. I'm so proud of you.
Zip it.
The year 2015 was really something.
I'll say, this is part 1 of our crossover holiday special for 2015. In this ep, we'll be taking a look back at these past 12 months, talking about the major stuff that we reviewed and covered.
And on part 2, on the Ralph Jag Channel, Ralph Jaguar and the rest of the staff of Ralph J Images will be giving their thoughts about this past year, and Ralph will talk about his plans for the new year. 2016. So, let's get on with part 1 by discussing what we covered at the beginning of 2015. The beef of Benzino versus Stevie J.
Now, I may not have been here for it, but I did watch the 3rd season of Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta. And this beef was really intense. Both Stevie and Benzino were great resident BFFs even way before the show started. But when their girls got into the picture, everything went south. And I mean, real south.
We went into details about all the players in this, and gave our Jaguars and hip-hop fans a true insight on this whole situation.
And Ralph Jaguar did a whole lot of research for this subject. He put a lot of work into this.
That's right. Our research guy was all over this. He told the background beginnings of Stevie, Jocelyn, Benzino, and Althea. Ralph is awesome when it comes to research.
He even talked about Don Heflin.
In our special, Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta review, we talked about the big quote-unquote WWE brawl that happened at the reunion for the 3rd season. The epic friendship of Benzino and Stevie J did end. But we do have some more info for you all about that.
Benzino was fired from Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
And if that's not crazy enough, what's even more messed up is Mona Scott Young has not given a good reason why both Benzino and Althea were fired from the show.
Well, she did reference the big brawl that happened at the reunion, and yeah, it's pretty evident that Benzino did punch Jocelyn. But it was Jocelyn who jumped on Althea and took the swing on her first. So, Benzino acted in self-defense.
And then Jocelyn went and jumped on Tammy, and she attacked Mimi in the back.
Well, OMG. Then why the F wasn't Jocelyn kicked off the show?
Well, Ralph did research into that. He discovered that Jocelyn was supposed to have been suspended from 4 episodes of the 4th season of Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta.
But, Rocky, we all watched the 4th season. Jocelyn didn't appear in the 1st episode, but she did appear in the 2nd episode and every other episode after that. While Benzino and Althea are no longer on the show. And that's not right.
Well, let's tell him about what Stevie J told TMZ. You're going to get a kick out of this, Jaguars.
Stevie J said that Benzino went on a campaign of terror. Stevie said that Benzino threatened the lives of Stevie J, Jocelyn, various producers, and staffers on VH1.
Hold up. Benzino went on a campaign of terror. Jocelyn was the one going around and attacking people.
And she's still on the show.
Now, Stevie may be referring to the private interview that Benzino did with Stefan Springman. And we all saw that interview, right? Yeah, there was some screaming and yelling going on. And yes, it was Benzino doing the screaming and yelling.
Because Stefan used profanity around Benzino. I don't know where exactly they were doing that interview, but it probably was Benzino's house. And Stefan got frustrated because Benzino didn't want to answer questions about the reunion at first.
And Benzino did apologize for that. And Springman said, let's just get on with the interview. And they did do the rest of the interview after that. Now, my point is this. We all saw that interview. And based on what Stevie J told TMZ, Dan and Andy Monis got young wishing Benzino and Ophia well. Does all of that make sense? To me, that doesn't add up or make sense, people.
And if Benzino had threatened to kill Stephen Springman, he wouldn't have continued the interview with Benzino.
Wow. That's actually a good point, Naruto. You do surprise us.
I'm full of surprises, Rocky.
Not from what I've seen. And there's something that I want to add, and it's about Stevie J. I'm a fan of the guy, and I like his music. Stevie J be producing real good stuff. And I know that Ralph Jaguar is a fan of Stevie J and Joe Sellen, too. But we got to keep it 100, because of his history on Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta. Stevie has proven to be an habitual liar. In season 1, he lied to Mimi when he cheated on her with Joe Sellen. In season 2, Stevie lied to Joe Sellen when he was cheating on her. And in season 3, he lied about smashing Ophia.
And he failed drug tests.
After season 3 of the show ended, that is when we learned that Benzino and Ophia were both fired from Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta. And Stevie had been looking for something to damage Benzino. And just like with Ophia's nude image online, Stevie used Benzino's interview with Stephen Springman to try and stick it to Benzino.
But that doesn't hold water.
That's right, preteen. Because if Stephen Springman didn't feel safe around Benzino, he would not have finished that interview with Benzino. Benzino is filing a lawsuit against Stevie J for slander. We don't know any information about the lawsuit, but Ralph Jaguar will continue to check.
Stevie J and Joe Sellen are getting their own spin-off show on VH1 like they said that they would.
Well, Benzino and Ophia went to another reality show on another network. It's called Marriage Boot Camp.
Alright. That sounds good. We'll keep track of both of them. Now, it's time for another ad break. Now, let's pick out some of our great reviews of 2015. I'll go first. I think it was great when we put Enterprise, Rent-A-Car, on blast. They were treating their customers bad, and we exposed them and ripped them a much-deserved new one.
That you did. And Ralph Jaguar really went off on them on the Ralph Jag Channel.
Cece and Rocky told everyone why Enterprise, Rent-A-Car sucks. And Ralph put the nail in Enterprise, Rent-A-Car's coffin. Way to go, girls.
Thanks, Naruto.
Enterprise, Rent-A-Car, may be the largest car rental company in the world, now. But I think that's going to change. Real soon.
And speaking of putting people on blast, we did a lot of good in 2015. We blasted St. Simon's by the Sea and Walgreens.
St. Simon's by the Sea went too far with their power, trying to keep people in their facility just so they can make more money. And that ain't right.
That ain't right, at all. That facility needs to be shut down. Ralph went off on them and rightfully so.
And Walgreens need to train their employees on how to treat their customers right.
They have no home training. They suck.
We put them on blast, too. We did an epic job of it.
You know, with the way that we're putting people on blast, we should make a series out of that and give it a name. I know we have Ralph's Universe, the Reboot, but I think we need a separate series especially for putting people on blast when they don't do what they're supposed to do.
I agree. When a business treats their customers bad, we need to blast them on here.
Ralph just might do that for the new year, 2016.
How about about the special two-part crossover that you, Cece, and Ralph did on Ahmad Givens, better known as Real?
Real was a reality TV star and member of the rap group known as the Stallionaires. Real and his brother, Chance, were on I Love New York.
And then, Real and Chance got their own shows, Real Chance of Love and Legend Hunters.
And then, Real passed away because of colon cancer. He did go under chemotherapy, but it didn't work. Real ended up losing his life.
I'm real sorry about that. I saw his shows. They were epic. And you, Cece, and Ralph did an epic job on the tribute that you did for him.
Thanks, Naruto. Real was a great guy. We all miss him. A lot can happen in a year. And a lot certainly did happen in the year 2015. And in this year, the whole staff of Ralph Jag Images were able to recruit. First you, pre-teen Naruto. And then you, big Naruto.
Don't ever underestimate the power of Ralph Jag Images. We do the impossible.
You see, this brand wanted to get to the top, so they brought me in.
And when they saw that wasn't working out, they brought me in.
Whatever, man. You ain't contribute nothing to this, yet.
Well, I haven't seen you contribute SHIT.
By you saying that, you obviously haven't been watching this series.
Oh, I've been watching, and I'm not impressed.
F you.
Okay. It's time for another ad break. Okay. The last review that we are going to discuss is our mega crossover review of the Batman Arkham Knight video game. Now, this is something that has probably not been done on YouTube before. Something very similar to what was done in comic books, called major crossovers.
A comic book story would start in one comic book title, and then continue in another comic book title, and then keeps going, and ending on another comic book title.
This is what Ralph Jaguar obviously wanted to do here on YouTube with his YouTube channels. This would be great for the Batman fans, and put some eyes on the other YouTube channels of Ralph Jag Images. In each part and installment of this, there are links to the next part of the series and the official playlist. I think this was a great idea.
Ralph always comes up with great ideas. He's very creative.
The mega crossover review of the Batman Arkham Knight video game was a stroke of genius. It did get some eyes on the other YouTube channels, and gave them a fighting chance.
I think this review series was great. It wasn't really epic like we wanted it to be, but it was great.
What do you mean by that? Pre-teen Naruto.
It didn't get a lot of views. Sorry, but I have to keep it 100.
Not everything is about views, preteen.
That's right. It's about doing what you love to do, and being able to do it. And that's what we did in the year 2015.
I think 2015 was an epic year, even though it didn't go the way that we wanted it to go.
Some good points, some bad points. 2015 was an epic year for Ralph Jag Images, and I'm glad to be a part of it now.
I'm actually going to miss the year 2015. Ralph Jaguar had a lot to struggle with, but he's going to keep on fighting.
So, the time of looking back is over. It's time to look forward. Goodbye, 2015. And hello, 2016. Happy New Year, Jaguars and everyone else.